Hey everybody, and welcome on in. We will get started in just a couple seconds. Let me make sure I got Periscope going. Awesome. If you could do me a favor as you are coming in, just say hello. Let me know who you are and where you are joining me from. I will not be before you long. I don't know if you guys have paid attention to the fact that I normally come before you while baby girl is sleeping, and she is sound asleep right now. So she's actually in her playpen. So, like I say, I won't be before you long because I don't want to mess around and have her wake up on me. So, we will get started in just a couple seconds. But as you guys are coming in, hello, 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 hello. Do me a favor. Hey, Sonia, do me a favor. Hey, VRSHA on Periscope. Is that Barsha? 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 Let me know how you say it. Hey, Grind Gear. Hey, Michelle with Charm from Jacksonville, Florida. Hey, Jacksonville in the house. Hey, More Than a Nurse. Hey, join the craft room. Britt, I don't know if you recognize this shirt, but you actually made me this shirt when I got married. So everybody, shout out to Shop Best on the Yard. Definitely go check her out for all of your tumblers, HBCU T-shirt needs. She is definitely the person that is making that happen. So let's go ahead and get started. Like I said before, if you guys have done, hey Carol Star, hey Trap Mom Cassie. Hey, you did. You sure did. So let's go ahead and get started. Again, my name is Juanika and I am founder and president of a company called Ladypreneur Academy, where we really focus on helping the best women on the planet grow their home-based businesses. I don't care if you are in multi-level marketing, network marketing, or if you have decided that you have a passion that you want to monetize and turn into a paycheck for yourself. I want to help you do it with ease because it is something that is just a blessing. Like I just said, you guys can see that my little girl is sleeping right now, but I'm also running my business from the comfort of my own home. It has been such a blessing to not have to worry about childcare or make a decision about what I'm going to do for her during this pandemic, because we have been able to build my business specifically right from the house. So I want you guys to be able to have the same experience. I worked in corporate America in project management for a Fortune 50 company for 13 years. Was blessed to do a lot in building my career there, but when God called me out, thankfully I didn't have to go back into that work world. So I am grateful, and I know that it's just a blessing for me, and I want to be able to pass on the knowledge and everything that I've learned along the way so that you can get to where you're going a lot faster than I did. I built my business and I worked full time in parallel for 10 full years. Now, I'm not the type of person that will ever knock a job, because sometimes you just got to make sure you can eat, right? But you got to make sure that you have something else that will drive you so that you won't have to put yourself in a position where you have to struggle to be successful. So, we'll get into a little bit of that later. But we have been talking about why your business cannot get off the ground. And it really all boils down to your mindset. And we have had some good discussions about the difference between a poverty mindset and a prosperity mindset over the past week. On Monday, we came to you and we talked about how a poverty mindset is driven by fear, has negative self talk, tells themselves that I'm not enough, and is stuck in the past. But on the flip side, a prosperity mindset is driven by love and empowerment. Positive self talk tells themselves, I am enough, and they're able to see possibilities. Then we came back on Wednesday and we went a little further. We talked about how people that are stuck in a poverty mindset are stuck with dreaming strong. I mean, dreaming small. They have rigid thinking and they are problem focused. But a prosperity mindset dreams big and has expansive dreams. They are able to be flexible in their thinking and their solution focus. So we are going to go a step further and just thank you. Thank you. Is that Chattersing? I don't sound it out for me in the comments so I can say it. So I can say it the right way. Today we're going to go a step further, guys, and we are going to close out this discussion. Many of you may not know why this discussion actually came about, but on Sunday I was having a conversation with a good girlfriend of mine, and we were talking about, this is normally somebody that I can talk to about business, and I don't know if you guys have ever had a conversation with somebody and immediately once you get 3 seconds into the conversation, you like, nah, this ain't the conversation I'm supposed to be having with you. We were talking about business, but all I could hear was how much her mindset was just stuck on failing. Like she was so afraid of failing that she constantly filled her mind with those thoughts, and she didn't recognize it. She recognizes it now because I told her, but it was pouring out of her mouth like lava. So I want you guys to really be able to recognize the difference between a poverty mindset and a prosperity mindset. Just because you and your business will only go as far as your mindset will take you. And I don't want this to sound like fluff with you guys, because it is definitely real out here in these streets. So let's go ahead and jump into it. The last thing we talked about on Wednesday was having a wage slave mentality and feeling like you always have to struggle. But let's take it a step further. A poverty mindset is a person that always feels like a victim, right? It doesn't matter what is happening to you, what is happening for you. You always have excuses and you have a victim mentality. But I want you guys to know that excuses will only satisfy the person that makes them. If you're a person that cannot make a decision, cannot make a move, cannot take action because you are stuck with your excuses, you're the only one that will suffer as a result of it. You're the only one whose business will stay stuck. You're the only one who won't get to where you want to go. Because excuses don't get you anywhere, and they only satisfy the people that make them. I remember when I first got started in business, I was having a conversation with one of my mentors, and it was funny. I told you guys I worked for 10 years at the same time that I was building my business, and she had just gone off and had this. It's tough during the transition when you've been hearing the negative all your life. I completely agree with you. And I have definitely been there. And I had to teach myself actually how to get out of that stinking thinking. And what you have to do is replace the negative thoughts that come into your mind with gratitude. So if something comes up and you're like, oh, I can't do this because blah, 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 you got to be thankful for something. Like, for example, and I'll get back to the story I was just telling, but uniquely made for more, I definitely want to just address what you just said. I was a person where my excuse became my baby, right? I told myself, I need to go on. I need to make sure that I am continuing to help people throughout my live stream. I need to make sure that I am continuing to push people forward because I know that's what I was called to do, right? But for whatever reason, I used my baby as my excuse. And it was a good excuse. I would say, oh, I'm not sleeping enough during the night. As soon as she goes to sleep, I'm going to go to sleep. Or, oh, um, she's always loud, or she's always crying, or I never know when she's gonna be able to be quiet enough for me to go live. And what I found was that I was the only one suffering, right? I was the only one not accomplishing what I set for myself to accomplish. So what did I have to do? I had to eliminate my excuses and say, you know what? I am thankful that I'm able to be home with my child. It is not something that will cause limitations on my business. It is not something that will cause limitations on my life. I have to eliminate these excuses. So what am I going to do? I'm gonna put my baby in the lives with me. You guys have seen me come on live. There was a time when I came on live and my baby girl straight up projectile vomited across the room, right? And I was still talking. Y'all ain't even tell me that I had like spit up running down my shirt. But my point is, I didn't make an excuse. Because she's here, it's a blessing and I'm grateful for it. I'm going to continue to build my business around her and not make her the reason why I can't build my business. Does that make sense? So going back to the excuse conversation that I was having with my mentor, I got started in business in 2009, and I remember I was mentored by some ladies that had been living a non 9 to 5 lifestyle for a very long time, and they just weren't able to resonate with some of the things that I was talking about. So we were talking about something super simple, like going to the gym, right? And I remember her saying, "I want to get up and go to the gym at 6 in the morning when no one's there." And I said to myself, I would like to do that too, but I got to get up, go to the gym, drive down the street to the gym, actually get to the gym. I got to come back, I got to shower. I'm natural. So after I finish going to the gym, now I got to figure out what my hair looks like and blah, 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 blah. And she just looked at me like, so are you going to work out or no? And then it hit me like, I'm giving her all these excuses And she does not care. She was 10 years older than me and in better shape than I was. And she said, I don't have anywhere to go. I don't have anywhere to be. I can go to the gym in the middle of the day, but I choose to make the sacrifice to get my butt up and go at 6 in the morning. And I said, wow, this is why you are where you are, and I'm not. Because I'm focused on my excuses, and my excuses are keeping me stuck, right? So, on the flip side, a prosperity mindset takes responsibility. A prosperity mindset says, this is my reality. What can I do with it? The same example that I just gave about my little girl, this is my reality. I used to come on and do lunch and learns at 12 o'clock. She doesn't go to sleep at 12. So that was a no-no for me. We had to shift it out a little bit. For those of you that can't make it at around 2:30 when she goes to sleep, we got to catch the replay. But I would much rather be in a position where I can come on consistently than for me to say I can't do what I used to do. So now I just can't do it at all. So you have to look for the opportunity and take responsibility for where you are right now instead of saying, I have to be stuck with these excuses. I have to play the victim. Woe is me. I can't do this because I can't do this because I can't. This is why I can't get to the top. This person is responsible for this. The man ain't my friend. Blah, 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 blah. Who are you blaming for your lack of success? You have to take responsibility. You have to take ownership. If it's not your fault, great. It's still your responsibility to find a way to fix whatever's going wrong. So I just encourage you to be the person that takes responsibility. Now, the next one, money mantra. I can't afford it. That's what a poverty mindset says. I can't afford it. Now, this one is key when it comes to personal development. There are so many people out here that make so many mistakes in business because they won't scrape up the few coins that it takes to develop themselves professionally. You want somebody to pay you for your services. You want somebody to pay you for your products, but you won't take the time or the money to go out here and learn how to do it professionally. This is a reality that hit hard for me when I first started coaching a couple years ago. I was doing executive coaching and I wanted people to pay me thousands of dollars to show them how, multiple thousands of dollars, six figures, to come into their organization and show them how to get their business on track. Right? I had worked with entrepreneurs for a number of years, so I had a niche of going into corporations and showing them how to simplify their systems and think like an entrepreneur. But I did not want to take the time to develop myself in the coaching realm. I knew how to be an employee, I knew how to be an entrepreneur, but I did not know how to coach executives. So I had to go learn. I had to go take courses. I had to go to conferences. I had to meet with a mentor. I had to get a coach myself who had done what I had done so that I could do what she was doing. So I had to ask myself, how do you expect people to pay for your service when you won't pay for it? And that's what changed the game for me. So I asked you guys the question, all of you that are new to entrepreneurship, you come on and you get all the free information that you can. Are you really developing yourself? Or are you treating your business the way that someone else will eventually treat it? Think about the mindset. It's a mindset. And it's attracting what will happen in your business. So ask yourself the question, am I attracting, because of the way that I'm thinking, because of the way that I'm moving, because of the way that I'm acting, am I attracting people that will come in and take all the free information that they can, take all of my free sample products, take all of my free content, take all of my free coaching, take all of my free insight and never pay me for anything? Am I attracting those people because that's what I'm doing? And if it is, you got to shift that thing. You have to invest in your business. You have to invest in personal development. you have to invest in being the best. Now, does that mean that you have to spend a fortune? Sometimes, yes. If you want to get the top quality information, you have to pay for the value that you expect. Otherwise, you'll be stuck trying to figure it out on your own, making mistake after mistake after mistake after mistake, not realizing that you're actually wasting more money and more resources, wasting more time than you would have had you just spent the money to get the answers that you need. So I encourage you, whatever self-development you need, whether it's the courses that you need to run your business, if you're running a home-based business, we definitely have your back with all of the curriculum that we have at Ladypreneur Academy. Whatever it is, a coach, a mentor, whoever. I don't care if it's me, if it's not me. Whatever it is, you need to make sure that you are plugging into a system that can help you to be successful faster, because you're slowing yourself down. And as you slow yourself down, you're slowing the benefits and the fruit that your business could reap down. The results that you're looking for your family, it's not coming because you're not developing yourself. You're being cheap, just like I was. And it cost me. Just like I said, I worked my business and I worked my job for 10 years straight, but I could have cut 5 years off, had the light bulb going off to say, this is a move you need to make. So on the flip side, a prosperity mindset says, what shift do I need to make in order to afford this? What shift do I need to make in order to afford this? Does this mean that I need to buy the Starbucks K-Cups in bulk at Sam's Club instead of going out to get a $5 cup of coffee every month or every day? Does this mean that I need to learn how to paint my own fingernails instead of going to give the nail shop $40 every 2 weeks? Does this mean that I need to buy the lashes that go on, the strip lashes, instead of paying somebody $120 to fill my lashes every 2 weeks? Ask yourself the question, what shift do I need to make in order for me to be able to afford to invest in my business? And lastly, a poverty mindset makes decisions only from what is and therefore staying stuck. You're only looking at right now. You have no vision of the future. That's a poverty mindset. You're thinking about what is and what was, but you refuse to take action to prepare for what is to come. That's what's going to keep you stuck. Think about all of the people that could have had the opportunity, all of these people in digital marketing, right? All of these people that could have had, all these companies that could have had the opportunity to create video conferencing sites and promote them in a time where video conferencing wasn't as prevalent, right? Think about the marketing dollars that should have been spent. The owner of Zoom is a trillionaire, almost. Almost, not quite, almost. Why? Because he decided to make a decision from what was to come, not where he was. When Zoom came out, everybody was like, oh, this is nice. I don't really have a need for it, but I see how this could work and blah, 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 blah. Did he shut his system down because it wasn't as prevalent? Absolutely not. He continued to invest. He continued to market. He continued to build it. He continued to improve it. And when the pandemic hit, what did everybody do? Oh my God, somebody teach me how to use Zoom. I got to use Zoom. I got to use Zoom. I got to use Zoom. Now, how many companies and corporate organizations in the digital space are kicking themselves because they also had the opportunity to build a video conferencing system that they offered to the public, not just B2B, but they offered business to consumer? They probably shooting themselves slam in the foot because you can't catch Zoom at this point. You can't catch Amazon at this point. You just got to let them be and go do something different. Right? So ask yourself the question, are you stuck on being stuck? Are you stuck thinking in the now and not focus on the future? Because a prosperity mindset makes decisions with consideration on where you want to be in order to move forward. So when God gave me the vision for Ladypreneur Academy, it was in 2015. And he literally told me my market, he told me my mantra, he told me what I was supposed to be doing. And to be honest with you guys, for a while I sat on it, right? But it didn't take me long. Actually, it did take me long. But eventually I got to the point where I was making decisions with consideration for where I wanted to be. I began to build out a learning management system because I knew I didn't just want to be up here, offering courses that I could store in my Google Drive. Even though nothing wrong with it, that's where I started. I know I wanted something bigger. I knew I wanted something different. Hey, She Apparent Alchemy. You're welcome, Uniquely Made for More. I knew I wanted something different. I knew I wanted something bigger. I knew I wanted to own it. You guys know that I was traumatized in my network marketing experience because I had built this big team, built this big business, had all these future plans for what I was going to do with my network marketing company and all this other stuff. And then the co-founders made a decision and that joker fell like that. So I said to myself, I never want to put myself in a position where I have to rely on anybody else to run my business. So I wanted to own it. And I didn't know what it was supposed to look like. I still, to this day, we making tweaks and changes as we go along. Right? Because you don't have to wait for perfection to get started. You just have to start. Now, I do remember there was a time, I don't know how spiritual you guys are, but there was a time where it was so heavy on me to go on Periscope. This was around 2015, 2016. It was so heavy on me to go on Periscope and just start doing lives. And you know what I did? Nothing. And there was a girl that I had gone to a conference with. I won't say her name. But there was a girl that I had gone to a conference with where we had a conversation and we both said, you know what? We need to start going live on Periscope. And within 2 years of that conversation, she was making $100,000 a month. And I wasn't making anywhere near that. This was in 2018. She was making $100,000 a month. And I said, why do I need to go live? Why do I need to do this? Why do I need to do that? I wasn't thinking that this is where we would be in 2020. I was stuck in 2016. So I asked you guys a question. What decisions can you make with considerations from where you want to be? Do you want to be the best in your industry? Do you want to be the best in your field? Do you want to be the person that is the guru for your industry? If so, you have to make decisions based on what will be, not on what is. Think about all the clothing lines, right? What if they only made apparel for the trends that were happening now instead of forecasting what the trends will be for the next season? They would be behind. If you're only making decisions for now, you are going to be too late. You're going to show up at the end of every single party and the music is going to be turned slam off. Right? You guys know how they always play Before I Let Go. Before I Let You Go. Is that the name of the song? Before I Let You Go? Beyonce has a version, but it was Frankie Beverly and Maze. You guys know they always play that song at the end of the party. You're going to walk slam into the party ready to jam, and you're going to hear Before I Let Go, and the light's going to turn on you. If you're only making decisions for now, you're going to be late. You're going to be late. You might catch the party, but it's going to be too late. Right? So I encourage you, have a prosperity mindset. Be driven by love and empowerment. Have positive self-talk because you are enough. So begin to tell yourself that you're enough. Make yourself see possibilities in everything. Don't always focus on the fear. Dream big. Have expansive dreams. Have flexible thinking. Be solution focused. Believe in doing what you love and believe that you can love what you do without struggling. Be the person that takes responsibility, right? Have a money manager. What shift do I need to make in order to afford this? And lastly, make decisions with considerations on where you want to be in order to move forward. So I hope you guys got something from this series, because to be completely honest with you guys, a lot of the reason why your business can't get off the ground is because you can't get your mind off the floor. You have to get that mindset in order, because you will only go as far as your mindset will take you. If you can't think past $5,000 a month, that's where you're going to stay stuck. They play No BS by Chris Brown, or It's time to go by Too Short at the parties I go to. That's funny. That tells you I'm probably at all the old school parties, right? We two-step. Anyway, I definitely want to make sure that you guys are putting yourself in a position where you change your thinking, where you expand your mindset, and you allow yourself to be exposed to things that you're not used to. That's how you get out of the situation that you are. Don't look in your immediate circle. Don't look at your family. Don't look at what you've only been able to accomplish. Don't look at the generational curses that you've been stuck as a part of. Listen, you got to start exposing yourself to people. And it doesn't mean that you got to be all in millionaires' houses. Get on the lives, right? Start to look up houses that are completely outside of your comfort zone. That's what I did. I'll share my testimony with you guys. I bought my first house when I was 23 years old. 23 years old as a homeowner. I'm 34 now, so that was 11 years ago. 23 years old. And it wasn't because I was rich. It wasn't because I was rolling in dough. It wasn't because, number one, I was blessed. But number two, I had vision, right? When I was in college, I used to drive around and say, I want a house. I don't want to live and just throw away money month after month after month after month. If I'm going to pay for something, I want it to be sitting in a bank somewhere, and I want it to be gathering equity. So even though I didn't have anybody around me that was 23 and a homeowner, I began to Google. I began to see what I could afford. I began to have vision outside of where I was, right? When I say see what I could afford, that means I began to see what I wanted first and foremost, and then have to figure out what shifts I had to make in order to get there. So if you're in college in your early 20s, your late teens, you're making different decisions because of where you want to be, right? When everybody else, you guys, those of you that went to school, you guys know that Discover used to come on everybody's campus, and they would have those shirts that just said college going across the front. They didn't care what school you went to, right? And they were right always around the food spots. And they were just throwing them out. Give you a credit card. You get 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 a credit card. I said, not me, because I want a house. I don't want a credit card. Right? So you have to begin to educate yourself. How did I know that? Because I was watching stuff. I was learning stuff. I was willing to invest in myself to learn the stuff that other people weren't willing to learn. And as a result of that, I was able to live a lifestyle that other people didn't get to live. Right? So I ask you the question, what is it that you want to accomplish? Where is it that you want to go? Where do you want your business to take you? Make decisions for that, not for this. I hope you guys have gotten a lot out of today, just because this thing has really hit me hard. I have been talking to myself. I know I'm preaching to the choir, but I have been filling my mind with this just because, you know, we're in a pandemic right now, so things look a little different than most of us are used to it looking. So you have to continue to feed your mind with positivity. And to be completely honest, I don't want to get up here and give you guys fluff, but I do want to convict you if you got stinking thinking, because you have to get rid of it. That's the only way you're going to get where you want to go. Now we'll get back on and I'll teach you how to do the stuff that I've been doing. But what I don't want to do is teach you how to do something and you still do absolutely nothing just because your mind isn't in the right place. Yep, I'll save it. You can catch the replay. Nakia 72. Out the hood. No, serious. Definitely, right? So,